Class is in session. This is Professor Ganymede. In this video, I'm going to be going over what I think about the new recent Lucio patch changes. So let's break it down. First off, I'll just read what exactly changed about Lucio. So here are the final patch notes after the live update. Lucio's Sonic Amplifier, damage increased by 25%. Good. Projectile speed increased from 40 to 50. The projectile speed, I didn't actually notice much of a difference. I've been doing some practicing on the practice range and of course playing the game. I haven't noticed much of a difference. This is supposed to matter more for longer distance targets, so I'll have to do a little bit more testing about how I feel about that. Alternative fire now considers vertical orientation while knocking targets back. This is just a straight up buff to Lucio's right click. This has made his right click so much better and knocks people back so much further. And this is actually securing a lot of kills for Lucio mains. So I know I'm happy about this, and I know a lot of other Lucio mains are also really happy about this. Here we go. Crossfade. Area of effect radius has been decreased from 30 meters to 10 meters. This is huge. Let me just read the other changes before I actually comment on this. Healing per second has been increased by 30%. Also applies to Lucio's Amp It Up ability. His self-healing has been reduced by 25%. So still a 5% buff to his self-healing, but then a huge buff to his healing when it affects someone else within that 10 meters. Wall riding, movement speed increased by 20% when wall riding. And then Lucio now receives a burst of speed when leaping off of a wall. And I made a whole video detailing the changes specifically to his wall ride. So the first thing I want to note is this destroys my UAV playstyle. Of course, it's not my playstyle, but the kind of backline supporting playstyle. That's actually how I prefer to play as support. I like, staying in the back lines, being the eyes of the team, supporting people, and only moving up when it is absolutely necessary. So I'm actually really disappointed with this change. I actually don't really like the change that much, because it incentivizes people to play a little bit more, to play aggressively, to play more on the front lines, and it incentivizes people to play like, DSP stanky, really aggressive playstyle up in the enemy team's face, which works for DSP stanky because he's good at it, but it's gonna make a lot of Lucios, especially who aren't as good as DSP stanky, be really useless to their team, because they're gonna find themselves dying a lot trying to take advantage of these buffs. And like, if you aren't good at the playstyle, this really upfront aggressive playstyle where you're focusing on the enemy, then you're just gonna die a lot and not bring that much to your team. I don't like that the Blizzard appears to be trying to make Lucio more of a active front line hero as opposed to a backline support. And it's ridiculous that they, in my opinion, completely destroyed the possibility of playing Lucio like a backline support. That's no bueno to me. They said that, like I mentioned, that they did this change because they want to diversify the pro lineup in tournaments, but this is actually going to make him, I feel like, still a mandatory pick, because most teams are death ball-y kind of run, and they just run in right next to their Lucio in a big group, and then use their speed buff and then run in as a team. I don't see how that changes with it really any meta. I mean, even the Winston meta, he uses that speed buff well, and now Lucio is going to be harder to kill himself. He's going to be able to bounce back and forth between his teammates. So I don't really think that we're going to see that much difference in the tournament meta, but hey, I could be wrong, but it seems counterproductive. Now, this does create and incentivize another different type of playstyle, and this is the playstyle I'm actually going to be using. You'll see this playstyle from another Grandmaster Pro player, Dahak from Selfless. This is, I call it, the firefighter playstyle. In this playstyle, you stick close to your team, and you're gonna running between your teammates, putting out fires. So knocking enemies away, speeding them away from danger, and then getting out yourself. So you're just kind of like going into a burning building, you know, saving someone and then running out of the burning building. So that's actually the playstyle I prefer. That's actually what I'm going to be using. Sometimes you actually do go aggressive and go kill that back line, but primarily you're going to be running around putting out fires because your kit is just conducive to that kind of playstyle, because you're survivable, you're really, really fast, so you can move yourself into really dangerous situations with the new buff to his movement, to his wall ride, to that new burst of speed. So you're pretty much like a firefighter. You have your little hazmat or fire suit, so you're protected more than anyone else, and you're able to get in, get them out with you. So what I'm going to be doing and teaching my firefighter playstyle, but I'm also going to be trying to teach a little bit of DSP Stanky's playstyle as well, in a more aggressive, you know, enemy-focused playstyle. So I think that covers it. Those are my general thoughts about the Lucio changes that have recently came out. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. This has been Professor Ganymede. Thanks for watching. Class dismissed.